So what are we doing today?
Making cookies.
Making cookies? And what are the cookies supposed to be? What are the things we're learning about? Atoms? And what are
That's supposed to be from our science experiment.
a science experiment? And what are atoms?
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips? No. What are the chocolate chips in the atoms? What does it begin with?
E.
Electrons?
Electron.
What are electrons? I don't know. All right, you excited to make them? Whoops. All right, so we have all our stuff. We're gonna make it really simple. We're just using a cookie mix. So this is just like Betty Crocker cookie mix. It's actually super awesome. And it's like, I'm a baker and I make tons of cookies and cakes and stuff, but this is seriously the best chocolate chip cookies, and you can add whatever you want to it. So it's really just half a cup of butter. It literally says do not melt, and we're gonna melt it, but I'm gonna teach you a trick so that your cookies don't spread everywhere. You need 1 egg, and then, yes, do not eat the raw cookie dough. You're gonna preheat your oven to 375, which I'm doing right now, and you only need a few things. You need 1 egg, you need half a cup of butter, which is, you can get small sticks that are half cups, but that's just a piece off a block. You need a mixing bowl and something to stir with, but most of the time I use my hands, honestly. And then the key is using muffin tins, because when you put your dough in here, it's gonna be sort of a little bit watery because of the melted butter, but it won't ever go bigger than this shape when it spreads out. And you'll get perfect circles, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make our Thompson model of the atom. So we're trying to make the most perfect circles. And we're trying to make ones that have our chocolate chips, which are our electrons, sort of spread out evenly. So the only tricky part with cookie mix is that you can't add the chocolate chips by hand. They're already mixed, but you can try your best, and you can add whatever you want to them. You obviously don't have to use a mix. You can use a regular recipe. If you have allergies to anything, you can use gluten-free flour. You can do a lot of like egg-free or dairy-free versions. So lots of things to do. So let's get started. I forgot that you need something to put your butter in the microwave. I like to use a measuring cup because I pour and it's not spilly. If you use a bowl, it tends to spill. And I'm just gonna put it in for like 30 seconds, check to see if it's melted, and put it in a little bit longer, but 30 seconds should be good for this amount. So I just added the egg in, and I like to add it in first and give it a little mix so it doesn't start like cooking the egg when I add the hot melted butter. Keep mixing. And with this, I can pour it really easily too. Okay, give it a mix. So it all came together really well. This is it. And now we're just gonna put it into balls and add it into the muffin trays. So I actually needed 2 trays, but you could always make them larger or smaller. The only thing is if they're larger, they'll take a little bit longer to cook the middle. So just be aware of that to make sure they're fully cooked through. And you don't need to spray them or anything. Like, you don't need to spray any of the cups like you would for muffins or something like that. They're just good as they are. So if you do want to control the chocolate chips, which is really the goal of this experiment, what you can do with the mix is that you can just use like a strainer, and all of the flour will fall through to the bottom and you will collect the chocolate chips. So then you can put the chocolate chips any way you want in the cookies. But for now, just because I'm doing this with them, we're just gonna see which one turns out the best in terms of the model of the atom. And now they're ready to go in. You only need about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, and they will be good. Alrighty. Make sure you turn your oven off, use oven mitts, let them cool, and you can play. Alright, here's our finished result. Nice and round. I just had to pry them up a little bit with a spoon. And you can see that they're pretty round. Cooked well on the bottom. And we're trying to find the one that's the most even. My kids did these ones just for fun. So, which one has the most even electrons? Oh, the Smarties are spread out the best. What do you think? That one? What do you think, Rosie?
This one.
That one? Maybe.
And I also said that. And
The issue with ours is that our electrons are only on the top, so not that even. Think this one's the best?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can eat your atom. Pick an atom. Oh, delicious. Tell me if they're good.
Okay.
Good. Good chemistry? Mm-hmm. What about these ones? That one's pretty good. This one doesn't have really anything on the top. That chocolate chip got stuck. That one has too close together. That one might be pretty good. This one might be a front runner, although I don't know if that's too close together. Oh, not that one, they're too close. So really you have to play around with your own recipe to see which one works best. But even if you didn't get a perfect Thompson model of the atom, you still have a delicious treat.
That was a good treat, Mommy.
It was a good treat? All right, enjoy.
Lots of them, Mommy.